Baby, we can do that thing tonight. Take time, man, we can do it right. Yeah, baby, we can do that thing tonight. Take time, man, we can do it right. Yeah, look like you drip if it gets. That thing like Fifi ants. That thing like Fifi red, that special on don't need no bench. Don't need no stands. Clean as a whistle. Make me wanna kiss it. Looking like dishes, that's that. Grown man business, kill it. Lean no winners, work that thing, girl. Show me that fitness. Yeah, show me that fitness. Slow that thing, but it made me finish. Slow that thing, but it made me finish. Finna hold on, cause I feel like heaven. You come first, baby, it's my pleasure. I'm getting you all in the right space. I'm not the type to play my games. I beat it up and rewind things, yeah. Lose myself in you and find that. Baby, we can do that thing tonight. Take time, man, we can do it right. Yeah, baby, we can do that thing tonight. Take time, man, we can do it right. Yeah, baby, we can do that thing tonight. Take time, man, we can do it right. Yeah, baby, we can do that thing tonight. Take time, man, we can do it right. Yeah. Baby, we can do that thing tonight. Take time, man, we can do it right. Baby, we can do that thing tonight. Take time, man, we can do it right. Baby, I can shoot my shot, but I got it on safety. Cause I'm not no game, ain't nobody about to play me. I'ma chase these bands, shorty, I'm not chasing you. I'm not chasing you. Lately, I've been following my dreams, seeing where it's about to take me. On the road all alone, and the road gets shaky. You can come, I'ma take you where them other niggas can't be. Them other niggas can't be. Way up. I be getting so high that a nigga just stay up. No fun, big pun, I don't wanna be a player. I'm tryna hit you, come and get you, baby girl, so we can lay up. I can come through now, right now, but baby, I can shoot my shot, but I got it on safety. Cause I'm not no game, ain't nobody about to play me. I'ma chase these bands, shorty, I'm not chasing you. I'm not chasing you.
No way. A lot of goals, a lot of shows, now it's royalty checks. Girls fighting over me to see you spoil me next. Cause they know I'm a king, and I can give them a prince. Everyone who had doubts now looking convinced it's too late. My circle is tight, my family's tight. Papa told me I am the GOAT, the man is right. We all on top, we getting money, we legal. And it ain't gon' stop, gotta provide for my people. Now I'm doing me, baby, it's killing the dime. I put this dick in your gut, shorty created a pond. Without you, it might not be no me. If they hate nigga, take it up with G.O.D. I got a covenant with God, can't knock my hustle, convinced. I'm going platinum, my intents to double. Been in trouble since first grade, gotta get paid to repay my folks back for this mess I done made. Kill 'em.
Baby, I can shoot my shot, but I got it on safety. Cause I'm not no game, ain't nobody about to play me. I'ma chase these bands, shorty, I'm not chasing you. I'm not chasing you. I'm not chasing you. I'm not chasing you. Baby, I can shoot my shot, but I got it on safety. Cause I'm not no game, ain't nobody about to play me. I'ma chase these bands, shorty, I'm not chasing you. I'm not chasing you.
Hola, hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿De dónde
Why didn't you do the
eres?
intro?
Oh, I didn't do the intro. Sorry, redo.
Like, oh.
Couldn't match the love you're giving to me. For the lover in you, this ring may not always be true. I will start number 2 this
Hola again, de eres.
Can you turn me up a little bit?
Turn you up in the headphones. Yeah, all that. What's up with y'all today, man? What's up with y'all today?
Hey guys.
How y'all doing on this beautiful Friday? I am VA Verse, and I am in here with the most illustrious, most incomparable Z.
Hey guys. Welcome to For Better or Worse. How is everyone doing today?
What's up to everybody that is watching? If you're watching today, just let us know where you tapped in from. And let us know that it's love in the air, that you got love in the air. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Denzel in the Billy.
Hey.
What up, Denzel?
Hey. How y'all doing? How you doing?
Joneses are watching.
Bam, bam,
You know what I'm
bam.
saying? Might have to create like a whole segment, keeping up with the Joneses or something like that. We'll just you know what I'm
Probably
saying?
when we interview them.
Yeah, that's fire.
That'll be a good topic.
That's fire.
So we have a couple things that we're going to talk about today.
Oh yeah,
But before we do so, do you already have your
it's one of those.
do you have those what you call it?
I have no idea what you're talking
Hey,
about.
Benny girl.
I have no idea what you're talking
You
about.
do know what I'm talking about.
I do not.
Yes, you do know what the F I'm talking about.
I have the slightest inkling of what it is that you are inferring, man.
Hey, Lady Tay. Hey.
Oh,
girl.
snap. Lady Tay in the building. I gotta figure out, they updated this, and I feel like all of this is low as heck. Like, what they do
To your board.
what they do to that? Like, they did an update, they did a firmware update, and I'm not liking it.
I don't
I
like it.
don't like it. I don't like it.
So a thing happened this week.
There was a cool thing that happened.
There was a
Was it
thing
a
that
cool
happened.
thing? Was it
It was
just a
very
thing?
cool. It was very cool. But I wanted you to show the people yourself.
Should I just show them what happened, or are you going to introduce it, or should I introduce it? Like,
No, just a special thing happened this week. So if you guys will watch it,
all right, let's
And
share.
then-
Let's share with the family.
see what you think.
But his name is VA Verse, and the record is called Grown Man Flows 2.
VA, maybe?
I don't want to say
VA man.
Excuse me?
VA man.
VA Verse.
Oh, VA verse.
Lately shit been weighing on me heavily.
You got me.
Lately I've been contemplating legacy. Who giving flowers? Who really gonna remember me? Who really just happy to see the end of me? Reevaluating who really your friend to me. Cause some of you niggas words don't really match your energy. You giving off the vibes of an enemy. And I be cutting ties expeditiously. I don't consider you niggas bros, cause most of you niggas hoes. It's sad that it really shows.
Dead ass.
Talking behind backs but call yourself official. When you can just hit that man and discuss the issue. When you can let go of pride and respect his side. And maybe build something bigger that stands the test of time. Yeah, cause how you live, you die. Only thing for sure is your mortality. Ain't no use stressing the past, that's how it had to be. I done watched niggas switch sides, that shit was sad to see. Loyalty and respect, really your fallacy. I mean, when is the love real, who really ever knows? Hit different when you realize you was never bros. I used to think that street code shit was set in stone, but my growth really started soon as I let it go. For real. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. When I became a man,
I made it like that. I fought it like that. I'm living like that. For you whack MCs. Hey.
I remember times sleeping on dirty floors. Same issues as yesterday, still I'm gonna ignore. I be thinking it's crazy, I'm really 34. I be praying the Lord, let me see 30 more. I can see it in your eyes, you wanted my demise. Yet somehow I rise, shit even I'm surprised. Escape death through God, that's without a question. That's why before I count my money, gotta count my blessings. Wifey be telling me stop smoking, stop drinking. She just want me healthy through the seasons. I'm blessed to have her, peace amongst all the chatter. I feel at home when I'm at home, that shit matters. We don't be worried about shit like couple goals, because the path to forever, only that couple knows. 16 years strong, we really tested though. Hurting her was the thing in life I regret the most. Yeah, and while I'm here, just wanna make something clear. That side chick, side nigga shit really weird. When you can be single out here and ain't gotta hide it. You rather be young, faithful, and still claiming you solid. This about the time when half of y'all say, what's he talking about? I'm really talking about what it's all about. When niggas see bullshit, they gon' call it out. But when you see it in yourself, I bet you stall you out. Stall you out. Stall you out.
That's fire.
That shit was hard.
Yeah.
That was super hard.
Yeah, young man's name is VA Verse, and that is Grown Man Flows 2.
Salute.
Okay.
So, yeah, man, my record with a lot of people, what a lot of people have told me is my best record, had got played on the Joe Budden podcast, a podcast that is my favorite podcast to listen to outside of podcasts that I actually produce or co-host on. But yeah, it got played as one of their sleepers, which basically is a segment that they have where they play songs that are slept on or artists that are slept on, just basically trying to put people onto new music that they may not have heard, whatever it may be. So shout out to Officially Ice. That is his IG tag. But shout out to Ice, who was one of the members of the Joe Budden podcast who actually played my record. Okay, that's you. I was about to say, who is that just popped in? But that actually played my record on the show. It was kind of a crazy thing.
So how did it happen?
How did they play the song, or you want me to walk through when I found out they did?
Both. So how did you?
So Ice is an avid music listener. Like, he likes to listen to new artists. So one day, a while ago, months ago, I believe, so one of the people wrote in. Joe has a thing where he allows people to write in if they are paying for like the larger Patreon subscription, right? So one of the people that wrote in was an artist, and he was calling in for advice in his relationship, but he also mentioned that he was an artist and that they should check out his music one day because it's fire. But he wasn't trying to promote his music. And Ice just in passing said, "Hey, I have an email address. This is the email address, and I accept music from anybody. If you send it, I'll listen to it at some point in time." And then he was like, the email address is I'm never gonna listen @gmail.com. Everybody just laughed. He was like, "No, I'm serious. Like, I wasn't trying to like be disrespectful and be like, you know what I'm saying, like fake number type thing, 1-800 don't call me nigga type stuff. You know what I'm saying?" So he said that, and you know, I caught it.
Hey, Mandy.
Hey, Mandy, what's up? I caught it when he said it, but I didn't think nothing of it. I'm like, you know, probably a bunch of people send music. I just never thought nothing of it. So last week, something just said, I don't know why. I think I was listening to their sleeper section, and I was just like, you know, I feel like some of my music be a little better than some of the stuff that they be playing on there sometimes. But every artist feels that about their music.
Bias.
So
Mhm.
I just said, you know what, forget it. I'm gonna send Grown Man Flows 2 to Ice, and I'm gonna put it in his email. It's probably never gonna get played. This is just what I'm thinking. I don't know if that's like pessimistic or not or whatever, but I dropped it in the email. I didn't put anything in my email. I literally just the subject was VA verse Grown Man Flows 2, and then I dropped the 2 Apple links, the one to purchase it and the one to just play it on Apple Music. And that's it. I didn't put nothing else in there. That's why he said he didn't know where I was from, because I didn't put nothing in the email. And I just dropped it in there and I left it alone. I left it to God, mate, per se, and just didn't think he would play it on the show for real.
Mhm.
But I wasn't even thinking that. I was like, he might not even check it out and listen to it. He might be like, who the hell is VA verse? Whatever. So, anyways, not even, it's literally the next episode that they recorded, not the one that they released, but the next episode they recorded after I sent the record. I started watching the episode because I'm pretty much up to date on his episode. So it was the latest episode, 707, if anybody wants to listen. But I started listening to the episode, but I didn't get to the end where they play the sleepers. And somebody on Facebook who I'm not really close to tagged me. And I was like, why did this guy tag me? I'm like, what did he tag me for? Like, what's going on? And I looked and he's like, VA verse got played on the Joe Budden podcast. And I'm like, what? I'm like, because like at first when I read it, I'm like, what is he talking about? Like, oh, wait, what? So I go and in the Patreon where I subscribe to, in the description, they list at the bottom of the description of the episode, they list what record each person played as their sleeper that day. And I scroll down and I look, and right there, sure enough, VA verse. It is, come on, somebody. It's the stupid ass Apple. I hate Apple because Apple made me split my name into .v.a. I don't like it like that. But anyway, I see it there, Grown Man Flows 2, and I'm like, what? I was like, yo, I'm like, what? Now, granted, I'm not even gonna share that part, but you heard it, right? You heard me say that.
Yes.
And you came to where I was in the house and knocking on the door, like, what's going on? I opened the door and I'm like, babe, you're not gonna believe this shit. And I'm like, she was like, what? It's like, you thought it was something wrong.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm like, nah, baby. I'm like, I have to show you. But I was like, let me get to it first. So like, I just pulled up the podcast. I fast forward to the sleepers. I find it. And then I just hit play where it was at. And I play it. And me and Simone are sitting there just cheesing, listening to the record.
Geeked. I think all 32 of my teeth were showing the entire time. I'm jumping up and down. I'm screaming. You are in disbelief. Your hand is on your head. And you're just like,
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe bro played it.
And I didn't, excuse me, I didn't even get to see it. I just heard it. And then later on, we were able to see it.
I wasn't even watching, I think. I was just playing it and listening with you.
What was amazing to me, the first thing that I noticed was normally I don't really watch the podcast, but I know that they talk a lot. And sometimes they tend to talk over each other and things like that. Even when they play songs, sometimes they end up talking. And the point that you were able to captivate the audience, nobody talked. And your first line caught Joe's attention. And he said it. He was like, got my attention. And if you look at every face, nobody's talking. Everybody in the room is listening. And it was amazing.
Joe's ad-libbing.
And he's ad-libbing. You got a feature.
I think I might have a Joe Budden feature at some point. He starts rapping right before the second verse.
But when I was watching it just now, also, it reminded me of, was it last week or week before that Denzel said, you know, you're about to elevate. Don't be surprised when God moves for you. Don't be surprised. Come on, Denzel. Come on, somebody.
Come on, somebody.
And so that is exactly what I thought about when I watched it this time.
That. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, you thought about it this time. Okay.
Yes. Come on, you want to prophesy?
Come on, somebody. So yeah, so that was what you pointed out. That's a great point. Definitely the same thing that I thought, because even somebody in the Reddit, when we were talking about it in the Joe Budden Reddit, even one of them was saying that. So you mean to tell me that they actually sat down and they actually listened to your record and didn't talk while it was playing? I was like, that's the crazy thing, literally, because you'll see that when you play, if you watch Joe Budden, you probably, I want to say they do release the video of the show on YouTube, but I feel like they don't last time I remember, they don't put the sleepers on the YouTube video because there's a monetization thing with YouTube playing the music. However, they can do it on Patreon and they can do it on Spotify, which is audio only. So I feel like most people, unless you pay for the Patreon, you never see them actually when they're playing the sleepers. It's usually just audio. For people that is experiencing that on the other platforms like Spotify, stuff like that. So yeah, if you don't experience that, then you don't notice when you're just listening to the audio that they'll play their record and most of them will get up. Like they'll get up and start doing other stuff. You're looking at blank couches at that time. Like the couches are blank and are they standing up talking? Are they sitting down with their headphones off talking? Stuff like that. The sleeper segment is not really for them. It's really for the listener anyway.
Right.
So yeah, they normally do that. But this time they played it. You can see all four guys except for Flip. Flip was, you can see Flip, but Flip just, he's not a music person, so I expect that from him.
That's the dude in the green shirt.
Yeah, that was Queen's Flip. Shout out to Queen's Flip. I fuck with Queen's Flip, but yeah, he won't rock it enough. He won't rock it enough for me. But
I mean, at one point in time, I feel like it was captivated because he did begin to nod.
His head, yeah.
The guy that started playing it, I think you said his name was Ice. He was captivating. You could tell that he heard the song before.
He had listened to the song before because you can tell by like some of his nods when I would say affirmational type thing, like a yes type thing, he's nodding his head yes. And then when I would say like we don't do this or something like that, you know what I'm saying? It just seemed like
this is the actual footage of what was on their show, but you definitely, maybe the next time we do the show, you need to play your version of it because it gives kind of, what is it, zoomed in?
Yeah, I clip it, crop it, and zoom in. You guys, if y'all want to check out the full video, it's on my IG, VA_verse. It's on my Facebook page as well. If y'all want to see the whole video, or the video that she's talking about with it clipped up. But yeah, man, it was a super humbling moment. People are starting to like find me on Instagram.
All glory to God.
Yeah, all glory to God. People are starting to find me on Instagram, message me, tag me and stuff, comment on my page. There is.
Yeah, a comment.
Oh, okay.
Someone's still waiting for their verse feature.
Oh, is that Will's? Will's. I don't even think Will's rap no more either. What's funny is I was telling Dobie that I was like, man, I was trying to retire. But stuff like this is just like affirmational. I'm not. That doesn't mean that you guys are gonna get like a lot of output from me musically. But I'll definitely release a legacy 2. Definitely release a legacy 2, and it might be a little different than y'all expect. But nonetheless, what I was saying was that it's been a blessing. People on Reddit have been congratulating me, telling me they love the song. A lot of people have been saying as soon as they heard it, they went and found it, and they don't normally do that. Some people telling me like it's the best song that they heard on the sleeper section. And I went and took a peep. I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit before I really do all of the analytics. But I went and took a peep at Spotify. You know what I'm saying? It's looking nice.
All right.
It's looking nice. The Spotify's looking nice. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yeah, shout out to Joe Budden and shout out to Ice specifically. For him, he'll probably never see this, but I said the same thing about my music, about him playing my song, right? So
I tell you that you have power in your words.
Absolutely. So Ice, if you ever fall under the sound of my voice during this recording, I am humbled and I am super appreciative, forever appreciative of you playing my record. If it does nothing for my rap career, if it does nothing for that song, it already's done something for me. For you to even play that, for those people on that podcast, including you, to like my music and say that it's hard is like such a refreshing blessing, and it means so much, especially from, and I don't want to diminish nobody else, but especially from Joe Budden, who's an artist whose pen I respect, who's an artist that has a hit record. I don't care if it is a one hit. He has a hit record that a lot of people don't have. And he's a great rapper. He's a great rapper. He's an amazing rapper. And most rappers know that and respect Joe Budden's pen. And so for him to rock with my song, for him to say, and you know what I'm saying? For him to say it's hard, for Parks, Grammy nominated producer, engineer who's worked with people like Drake, like, you know what I'm saying? For these people who are industry people to say my shit was hard. Fuck. I'm at a loss for words. I don't even know how to describe it. I'm just humbled and I appreciate it so much. And everybody else that's really showing me a lot of love
And everybody else.
and celebrating with me. A shout out to everybody who's celebrating with me. I will not ever forget. And I'm not saying this like I'm about to blow up and I'm gonna, take care of everyone, but I will never forget that. I owe a lot of people for celebrating with me, and I appreciate that. I didn't miss it. If you celebrated with me, I didn't miss it. And I love y'all. And I love you.
Oh, thanks. Love you too.
Thank you, because you always believe in me. So
Of course.
and I want to give a special shout out to the producer, No Limit Beats. Shout out to him. And I also want to give a special shout out to the homie Willie Animal, aka Willie Hall, aka Damn Willie. Shout out to the homie who, of course I pay him, but still he making sure my sound is right for moments like this, man. You have to make sure that your sound is right for moments like this. Make sure and remember recently, I mean, it wasn't super recent, but a while ago, I removed all of my music from the platform so I can just have a certain sound up there, like a certain brand. And a week ago, I also cleansed my IG page so I can just have certain things on there. And who knew? God led me to this moment where it's like, okay, you are trying to rebrand yourself and exuberate love a lot more, and your growth. Pause. I don't know if God would pause, right? He might pause. I don't know. But growth and everything. So like it's here. It's here. A little moment for myself, a little moment for you and all of the people that I love. And I really appreciate y'all.
Well, God will order your footsteps.
Absolutely.
So, Yeshua HaMashiach is amazing.
Absolutely.
And that's just that. So congratulations.
Thank you.
We had to celebrate you. You did.
Thank you. Now enough on me.
It can be a whole bunch on you.
Enough on me.
Anyway, so we are talking about cheaters.
Yeah.
today.
Yeah. Amazing episode to talk about this with, right?
We're talking about cheaters today. Cheaters.
So how do we kick this off?
I don't know, because it doesn't really flow from your
go into it.
amazing news. Amazing news.
Well, yeah, we had this episode planned out for a couple of weeks. We were supposed to pod a couple of weeks ago, and
I got sick.
Yeah, and
South Carolina, blooming and rainy seasons. Since I'm not too used to it, I was my sinuses were kicking my butt. And then, of course, we do it every other week. So we end up missing it, but we did have this planned out already. I think we have a letter.
Yeah.
And then we have some other things that we're going to talk about. So, yes, cheaters.
Should we start with the letter? Let's start with the letter then.
Okay. We can start with the letter. Is that the one that you sent me today?
Yep. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter.
I wonder who's that. Huh? You get
So she's loading that up. It's actually something that I pulled from Reddit. Shout out to Reddit. There's a lot of I'm discovering that Reddit is humongous.
I didn't know that either.
Reddit is humongous, and it's a thing. Like I knew it was a thing, but like it's a thing. Everything. What type of thing? Every type of thing it's a Reddit thing for sure.
The one about the online.
Yeah, I think that one's better.
Alrighty. So this says husband's online affair has blown up our marriage. I am a 57-year-old female married married for 14 years to a 64-year-old male, together for 16. It's a second marriage for each of us. My first husband had multiple affairs during our marriage before I finally decided to get off that roller coaster. I stayed single for 17 years, casual dating, but nothing serious until I met my current husband. I've always been very vocal that the one thing I would not tolerate in a marriage is cheating. If you aren't happy with me, please leave. Don't have an affair. I recently discovered that he is using online paid chat sex sites and masturbating afterwards. Some of these chats have lasted an entire day while I'm at work. He is retired. He claims they don't mean anything because he doesn't know these people and hasn't physically cheated on me. I feel that emotional cheating is just as bad as physical sex with someone else. No matter what I do from here, my life will not be the same. Do I stay in the marriage with someone I can't trust, or do I blow up my life and start over?
Interesting. Well, let me just start by saying cheating is cheating. He is cheating. He is cheating. I don't even know if you call that I get it if it's not physical, it's emotional, but I don't even know if you call that emotional. That's like physical, virtual, like virtual, physical. Like it's physical, like that's sex is involved and he's pleasing himself because of it. She did say after, not during, but I mean, I don't know. That might be cap.
I mean, yeah, because I mean, who's really there to say she's at work?
Right.
So he can be telling her anything. I mean, a lot of people try to minimize the action by just saying that, oh, it's emotional. Oh, I'm just talking to them. Oh, it's, it's nothing because it's not a physical act. But like you said, I mean, you're giving attention away from your wife that you're giving it to somebody else, and it's a sex site. So aren't y'all talking about sex? So how is it just because there's no penetration doesn't mean,
I guess because he doesn't know them and they're paid people, it's not like there's a specific connection between them two. But that doesn't mean anything to me. Personally. Right. Personally, it's cheating. He's definitely cheating. I think we can agree on that.
Yes, I agree. I mean, so let's look at the definition of infidelity. So infidelity is the action or state of being unfaithful to a spouse or other sexual partner.
Okay.
So if you're in there talking about sex and all of this other stuff with someone else, and even if it's not about sex, I mean, even if it's emotional, like someone emotionally going, you can't seem to go to your wife. So you're going to someone else. That's emotional, mentally, you're checked out of your relationship.
Yeah. And infidelity, or not even infidelity, but unfaithfulness, I think is subjective. I think that's specific to the couple and your significant other and what they want to allow and what they don't allow. What's considered cheating for one relationship might not be considered cheating for another relationship. Some couples might view flirting as cheating, while some might just view flirting as whatever. That doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? So,
okay, so let's break it down. So when people, because not only women say it, but when people say you can window shop as long as you don't buy.
What is window shopping?
That's looking at someone else, looking at someone that you deem attractive.
You can look at people. There's attractive people out here. You got eyes, right?
I mean, but window shopping is looking at them in a sexual manner, just being like, I would drink him or whatever.
I would buy that I would buy that if I could, but I can't.
Right, because you don't go around with money in your pocket, so that's fine. Is that what you're saying?
If there are attractive people in this world, you know what I'm saying? And if you have eyes, you can see that. I mean, if you're not groping, not groping, but just like, I freaking them. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal that you find somebody attractive. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. Unless it's going to be something that's acted on. To me, if somebody has an issue with somebody, with their significant other finding someone else attractive, then maybe they don't trust that person. Maybe they feel like, because I don't know. That's just not real to me. That's just, I don't know. Y'all can tell us if y'all feel differently, but that's just not real to me. Like, you can't say that there's like absolutely no one attractive. Now, do I want anyone else other than my significant other? No, I don't.
Right. So, I mean, I agree. I mean, I feel like it's a whole respect thing. If you're out with your husband or your wife, there shouldn't be no you looking at someone so hard that you have to turn around while you're walking or to stare and gawk and stuff like that. I just feel like that's disrespectful. Not saying that you're not going to ever find anybody that's most attractive, but you are with me. So your focus needs to be on me. Now, I'm not going to a glance at someone else. It's not something that I'm always going to be able to see or whatever the case may be, but it shouldn't be something that's just out there and awkward. But I agree. You're not going to, you need help? Okay. You're not going to, it would be ridiculous to be like, oh, well, you're never going to find anybody else attractive. No, that's definitely not true. However, like you said, are you, to what extent? I don't want to go home with them, but you are nice to look at. So I agree with that. So some of the questions that I did find.
Wait, before you go there, I wanted to ask you about this because there are some couples out there who I've heard say this before, and I know some people. I've just heard this before on pods, or even knew some people like this, that with their significant other, they will admire others together. Like, for example, I've heard couples be like, "Oh, damn, she got a nice body," or like, "She got a big booty. Look, babe, look at her booty." To the girl will say to the guy, "Look at her booty." Oh, okay, yeah, she do got a big booty. Okay, yeah, cool.
Now, I ain't even gonna hold you because sometimes people with the big butts, they do be coming out of nowhere. I don't have a big butt. I do not. The Lord did not bless me that way because I think if he did, I would have been just tip drilling all over the place. I ain't even gonna hold you. So the Lord did not bless me with a great big disrespectful booty. I wish that he did, but he did not. So sometimes when you do see a big disrespectful, make your face scratch out booty, you do just be like, her booty's big. And you be like, babe, you see her butt? Now, Verse try to act like he didn't see the butt. He always do. Like, if I saw it, I know that he saw it. But he be like, what?
Makes you think I saw it?
What butt?
What makes you think I saw
it? Where's the butt? Like, bro, you know you saw it.
What makes you think I saw it?
I have to be like, I have to literally be like, oh, the girl over there. Where? In the brown jacket with the black pants and the boots or whatever.
I didn't see it.
Oh, her? Oh, I just be like, okay, which I appreciate, but I just be like, okay.
Shout out to Tasia in the building.
Hey, Tasia, thank you.
Hey, sis. She said, point it out and we can look together.
Right. So that's, I just like, oh,
if we was in the store and I'll be like, babe, damn, look, her ass is fat as hell.
Oh, you saw that quick as hell, didn't you? Look at that button.
See?
I don't know because you don't. So I can't say.
I feel like you're not gonna like that.
I don't know. I probably won't. I probably just be like,
I just feel like for the rest of the day, I'm just gonna be like, I'm like, damn, we're just gonna be like in Sam's Club, and I'm like, damn, that's a big ass TV.
Hi, mom.
Like that girl's ass you was looking at in Walmart.
Fat like that, huh? But
I feel like we're just gonna be watching a boxing match. I'm like, damn, he gave him a fat ass lip, like the fat ass you was looking at earlier today in Walmart. Like, babe, that was
probably. You know what? I ain't gonna. You probably will. Like, I probably will. I can't even be like, oh no, I won't. Like you do. I don't know. Probably the way that I'm set up. It's a lot goes on in here, so I probably will. However, you're saying we could do this, huh? What'd you say?
I didn't say anything actually. I didn't actually say anything.
So you're saying we could do this together. So would it be the tables would be turned if I was like, oh, he muscular? Look, babe.
You mean like when you
Oh.
You mean like when you okay? All right, so I guess we gotta tell the story now because the people don't know where we're laughing at.
Oh my
god! We can't allow inside jokes when we have an outside audience.
Oh, so okay.
So just a side story, just a quick side story. So me and wifey, we consume a few YouTube content creators. Shout out to the Big Jaws of the world, the corporates, the Corey Kinchins who don't make no videos no more for real, but. Shout out to the people that we do watch. So we watching a Big Josh skit one time, right? And there's this big, he's muscular, but he's also a little heavy set, like, you know what I'm saying? He's just a big guy, light skin, big beard type of stuff. Her type, right? And they're just doing the skit and stuff like that, and all of the skits, whatever. And then she was like, Simone was like, yeah, something like that. What would you do if like whatever? And then I just went over there and sat right by Big Sexy. What? Who the fuck is Big Sexy?
I didn't know his name. And
You didn't know his name, so you decided to call him Big Sexy.
That was legit the first thing that popped in.
Who is Big Sexy?
I didn't.
She's not talking about Ja because she's already said Ja is not sexy. So it has to be this random dude that's never on any skits. Just out of nowhere. What would you do if I went over there and sat by Big Sexy?
First of all, who sounds like
Big-
that?
who
I
is-
sound like
Babe, what would you do if what would you do if this was happening with us and I just got up and sat by Big Sexy? Like who? Wait a minute, babe. And that was real talk. Her excuse was that I don't know his name, babe. So you
I didn't
decided
know
to
his
call him
name.
Big Sexy. You didn't call him light skinned dude with the beard. You didn't call him tattoo dude.
legit.
You didn't
that
say,
was
you
the
didn't say
first
dude
thing
that was sitting right there on the other side of the couch. Nothing. Big Sexy.
that I did.
Okay.
And that was not my proudest moment. I really did not mean to call him that. I really did not mean
If he Big Sexy, then what am I?
you are my love. of my-
Oh, okay. Appreciate it.
No, I really did. I really did not mean to,
Mhm.
it just popped out of my face.
Anyways, cheating.
But in the same because now I can't live that situation down because I think you were watching another one and he was walking like hella
as soon as
slow.
the dude came in and he had him in slow motion with like his arms was all out and everything. Soon as this, look at your boy.
And I wasn't even
That's how
watching.
niggas look. That's how men hate. That's how men hate on other dudes. That's like the number one line when you're like, ladies, listen. If you ever, if there's ever a dude that's like in the vicinity or on TV that either you have expressed you like or that's your type and he know you like that person, when he say that go your boy, he's hating. That's hate.
Well, it's good
That's
to
hate
know
immediate.
because I wasn't even watching. I wasn't even watching the skit. I was on my phone. I was playing a game on my phone. And then he goes, they go, your boy. And I look up and he's just slow-mo walking to the camera.
And then Simone, when she's attracted to something, she does this thing. Her eyebrows immediately like go up to her hairline, like just immediately. Antennas, huh? Okay.
I don't know how this subject ended up getting to being about
We ain't
me.
watching no Big Josh skits no more around here.
We can watch Big. We can watch. Shut up, Lisa. Hey, how you doing? We can watch. It's hot
Hey,
in
Lisa,
here.
what's up?
It's hot in here. We're gonna have to open up a window or something. I don't understand how this got about me. This is not about me.
It's
Okay.
not about you, baby. It's not about you.
In the same breath, though,
Mhm.
in the same breath, would it be inappropriate if I followed them on Facebook or social media?
Is that what you did?
I'm asking a question.
Is that what you did?
No, I'm just asking.
Are you telling the truth? You're not telling the truth? You went and found him and followed him on.
I did.
That's it. We out of here, man. We'll see y'all next week.
Like, oh.
Hey, Ray. Oh my face is so red. Only on Instagram though. But I'm just saying, like, since we're here, since you want to put all my business all out in the streets.
Hey, Ray. No, it's not. I'm not offended by you.
No, I'm not being disrespectful or nasty because you already know when people slide up in the DMs, I will show you.
That's fine. He's not. He does. I don't. I mean, it's obviously because you find him attractive. Because it's not like he would just like did an Oscar award winning amazing job in a skit. But it's all good. It's all
Oh,
good.
it is hot up in here.
Let me turn the AC on.
No, Tasia, I am not hopping. Yes, please. I am not hopping in nobody's DMs.
Oh no.
You know what's been weird lately? I've been getting some weird people just in the DMs. They just be sliding up in there like all of a sudden. And I'm like, where did the slide of the DMs come from? Which has been like super weird. But we're going to move on
let's move
in
on.
our conversation because I don't understand how this became about me.
I'm gonna get on your Instagram and block him. I'm gonna block him immediately.
Anyway, okay. Cheaterization.
Yes.
So, do you think, now these are some questions that I did pull from the internets, and there was just some questions that people had. So, we already know what the definition of infidelity is.
Right.
So,
Ooh, the heat on.
Is that why? See, that's why it's hot in here, not because I'm in the hot seat. It's because the heat is on.
We gotta fix this damn thing. This thing been acting like it's still wintertime.
But one of the questions that someone had was, should you tell? Would you recommend telling your significant other that you cheated? Whether it's
before they find out?
No, in general. Not even on the scale of they're about to find out, so let me go ahead and
no,
out
like you're
myself.
just I'm saying you're just offering information.
Offering information.
I mean, when I was a scum baggy, I was a scum bagger. I mean, I didn't practice in snitching on myself. So I mean, if you feel bad, you know, and you want to do right, get it off your chest. I don't know.
Some people don't want to know.
That's true.
Some people don't want to know that you're cheating.
I don't know. I don't know if I would automatically just tell somebody.
Say, yep, come clean.
Yeah, I don't know if I would automatically just tell somebody to just go ahead and come clean because, I mean, the person has a right to know, I guess, right?
I mean, the person does have a right to know, but it's like that's going to definitely blow up your spot.
Yeah.
So are you prepared?
But is it going to be worse when it comes out later? If you know what I'm saying? Like, there's ways of looking at it. Or if you're looking at it in the sense like, well, if I'm never going to do it again, is it just something that I can just kind of sweep under the rug and just be on my best behavior and we live happily ever after? They never know. No harm, no foul. But somebody like me personally, I would like to know that information. I would never want to be in the room with my significant other and somebody she was sleeping around on me with, even if it happened before and it's never happened again. And they know, but I don't know, type of shit. And you just like, hey, bro, it's been a minute since I seen you. Yeah, you ain't been around in a long time. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I just, out of nowhere, you just stop seeing you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's just, you know what I'm saying? You know, y'all just, yeah, man, but we used to be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of that happening. Yeah. And you don't know the reason why he ain't around no more is because there was, you know, something happened and now, you know, that's got to be distance. Tell me, because that means something in our relationship is broken. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, I know back in the day when, you know, I was a piece of shit. I didn't really do relationships anyway too much, but if I did do it, it was for a reason. Normally it's a reason.
If you did a relationship or if you cheated?
No, if I cheated. That's why I normally didn't do I didn't do relationships because I was very much wanting to just play the field. I wasn't really a relationship person. Like, what do I need to be tied down for? I can provide for myself. So the only thing I can't provide for, I'm go ahead and call it, and then it can go back home. So, you know, I just wasn't, I don't know. People just call me commitment phobe. I just wasn't into the whole you mine and we are together type deal. But when if we were together and I did end up cheating, it was a reason. It was just like, so if you were a piece of shit or whatever, and that's not an excuse because you can't make me do anything. However,
no.
You know, I guess I was just always like, I gotta get my lick back. And then I would tell you.
Right.
Because it's just like, okay, I mean, nobody knows. Like, of course you gotta know. So, but I mean, should the whole conversation, should you tell, should you not tell, it's definitely up to you. It's going to be worse if they find out.
Absolutely.
You know, and whether that's the looking through your phone, and women intuition is no joke.
Oh Lord.
It's the truth. And the Lord do tell. He be snitching. But the Lord, he tell on men and women. So, you know. All right, next question. Do you believe Okay. So one person said, why have an affair? Why not leave your partner instead? If you love your partner, why cheat?
And we'd like you guys to answer the question she's asking too as well, so we can converse with you guys. Say that question one more time for me.
Why have an affair? Why not leave your partner instead? If you love your partner, why cheat?
Oh, it's because you're greedy. It's because you're greedy. You want your cake and you want to eat it too. Literally in that scenario, you want your cake and you want to eat it too. That's the only reason. That's the reason you don't want to leave, because you don't want to stop having what you have at home or what you already have in that person, but you just want to experience some other stuff as well. Or you might be scared. There might be opportunities where you're scared you're a punk ass bitch and you just are scared to leave somebody. And you're scared to leave that person. You're scared to keep it real with that person. So you're gonna continue to be fake. And I mean, let's be real. Cheating is an immoral thing, right? Doing something that'll hurt someone's feelings behind their back is an immoral thing. So it's not like you're the most moral person. And that's what's funny about cheating. I'll say that even from experience. You'll be cheating and still swear that you're like a loyal person.
Right.
But you literally are being disloyal to someone.
Right. With that, I mean, I completely agree. It is out of definitely just being greedy, because you still want that relationship. You still want, your guy or your girl. You still want them.
Come on, Prince. I'm sorry. Come on, Prince. Come on, man. Tell him, man. We intuitive. Come on now. Act like y'all the only one.
Okay.
Men cheat out of being bored, nothing invested, no feelings. That could be the case sometimes.
If I can finish my thoughts.
I'm sorry. I would rather leave than cheat.
I would agree. I am agreeing with you. I would say that a affair, or even if it's at an if you're opportunist, if it just came about or whatever the case may be, you don't want to leave your relationship. Like, it could be something in the relationship that's broken. It could be something that you're not getting fed in said relationship, but you don't want to leave that relationship regardless of what it's for. And we do have a couple of definitions of different cheatings, because I did not know that there were so many. I think there's 5 types of infidelity that we'll go over in just a second. But I agree, because even when I was doing what I was doing at one point in time, you don't see yourself leaving the situation, but you're being greedy because you want that other person, but you still want to be able to come home. But then it's just like, you're not being open about it either. So it's not like you're like, oh yeah, well, you can go out and do whatever it is that you want to do. It's like, no, you can't do it. Like,
and
it's very selfish.
That's part of the reason too why you wouldn't say nothing, why you wouldn't just leave the person, why you wouldn't tell on yourself, is because you don't want to give that person ammunition, and you don't want to, especially with men. I know us men, we do not want to live with the fact that our woman might have a valid reason to go out and do the same shit that we doing. Plain and simple, if all the groceries are in the fridge, you don't need to shop. But some people will go shopping with all the groceries. They might have all of the groceries
and they want to go out for fast food.
Yeah, and just want to go out for fast food.
Yeah. All right.
And that's not to say that they don't want the food that's in the refrigerator.
Because
they just want that to be there when they need it. But for right now,
back for the food that's in the refrigerator. But after you done shopped all day and your food is full, do you feel like cooking?
No.
Like, because being in a relationship, whether it's a marriage or not, it's work. So you have to actually prepare the food that you have bought from the grocery store. Your food is full. Your fridge is full, yeah, but you have to prepare it. So why not go out and get? And I'm not saying that this is about us. I'm not saying that this is how we feel. It's just saying, like, in general, when you are looking at someone, you're not looking at what's behind the curtain. If you find someone desirable, if they're with someone else, it's probably someone else that's pulling those strings. Who has washed the clothes for this person? Who has, done all of the things in the background? You're seeing the finished product. You're seeing the fast food that's already prepared. But when you think about going back home, it's like, oh, I gotta defrost the chicken. I gotta season it. I gotta make it. Then you gotta clean up after yourself. It's work. So the grass sometimes be looking.
Shout out to Kyle for introducing the food analogy here. Women cheat because they invested feelings into whoever or whatever. But if they invest, they know who's next. If they invest, they know who's next. I think that can be the case for both. But for the majority, women, not majority, but more than likely, women do cheat for emotional reasons. But again, I think it can go either way with both. There's men out there that cheat for emotional reasons that get attached to the sideys. There's never a valid reason for anyone to do the same thing. Agreed.
And
But
that's
you deserve it. It's not a valid reason for you to do it. It's not saying that if you shoot someone, if you shoot someone, then they have the right to shoot you back. But you still deserve it, though. You still deserve what you give out.
It's mutual. Yeah. I mean, but it's not right. We're not saying that it's right. I don't agree and say, no, it's right for you to go ahead and get your lick back.
Yeah.
But somehow you feel self-righteous.
Yeah. In certain situations, I would tell my child, if someone put their hands on you, don't do it back. In certain situations. But I would never tell my child that if they hit somebody and they got hit back, that they didn't deserve that. You shouldn't have put your hands on them. You put your hands on somebody, you better be prepared to get hit back.
And that's what we tell our kids when they fight. Like, if you go over there, because our daughter is 7 years older than our youngest, and we used to tell our youngest all the time, if you walk over there and you punch her and she hits you back, what did you think was going to happen? Did you think that? And unfortunately, because she was so small, we used to always tell our oldest daughter, don't hit her back. But then when she started to grow up, she just thought that was the norm, that I can go ahead and cock back and hit you. And it's like, no, you cannot just go. That's a false reality. You can't just go right over there and cock back and hit you. So the first time our oldest, my thing keeps falling. The first time my oldest popped her back, she was very surprised. And it's like, yeah, because what do you think is going to happen?
I would say rotate it to where the
it's
leg.
Just because the thing is right here and
I was just saying rotate it to where one of the legs is supporting that direction. But what he said. That tit for tat is wild though. Yes, it is. Two wrongs do not make a right. Off topic, but verse, you remember that song we did 18 years ago? Yeah, Copping Out. I think I actually seen it in one of my emails. I still have it. But yeah.
I'm gonna have to listen to it.
You don't remember Copping Out? Yeah. You remember that song? I'll play it. You'll hear it.
I don't know.
I'll send it to you if I find it again, bro.
All your music. I'm telling you, when you perform, I'm gonna throw my drawers up at the stage at you one day.
What if somebody beat you to it? What you gonna do?
I'm just gonna have to figure out who that was. Okay. I'm the only panty thrower.
What if somebody throw their drawers and I thought it was yours?
And you smell it?
And I picked them up and I'd be like, thank you.
I'm like, for real? For real? Because those were pink and mine were red.
All right. So where'd you about to go?
Let me go back. I'll be back, especially if you take a big whiff and you're like, thank you, baby. Oh, those were not mine. Just shocked. Okay, let's move on.
You better throw them back.
You better throw them back. Give them back.
If I know it, I'm not touching them. I'm not touching them damn drawers, man. Oh, your damn nasty ass panties. Oh, your damn nasty ass panties on the stage, woman.
Anyway, okay. Next question was, who is the fool? The cheater, the lover, which is your partner, or the mistress or mistress?
Who's the fool?
Mm-hmm. So you know how if someone cheats, the person who was cheated on feels foolish.
Of course.
So there, I guess it's just like who is the fool? Who's the one that's playing the fool part?
Well, the person that got cheated on is not the fool.
Some people may say that if you take them back, you are the fool.
Okay, there's a case to be made for that, but just being cheated on doesn't make you a fool.
Mm-hmm.
Cheating on someone, I guess if we had to pick the biggest fool, is probably the cheater. In the affair partner is what they call it in the cheating world or the infidelity world. The affair partner,
the mistress.
He or she that's circumstantial. They could be the fool, but they could also not be. They could also know fully 100% that you have someone and they don't want you to like leave that person, nothing like that. They just want what they can get out of you. So I mean, but the person, if you had to pick a fool, the person cheating is probably the biggest fool, because they're just
Russian roulette.
you're compromising your integrity. You're doing something that doesn't have to be done. I mean, you can literally just, if you're not happy with where you are and you want to be free and single and explore and do what you want to do, then just do that.
And that's the thing, though. A cheater doesn't want to be free. They don't want to. They do want to explore, but they don't want to be free.
Okay, but play with the cards face down, though. Play with the cards face up. I mean, let everybody have a chance to play the game with you. Let everybody
and that's
know
where
which
the selfish
game,
part comes in.
That's where you fall off. That's why I say you're compromising your integrity. That's why they call it cheating, because you're not. I don't know this where I'm not given a chance. It's not cheating if I say, yo, you can go have sex with whoever you want to. When you go do that, that's not cheating, because I know that we're playing that game. I know what we're doing. I know what you're doing. It's cheating because you are literally taking advantage of the relationship and stepping out when the other person doesn't know that. So yeah, that's what, like you said, that's where the selfishness comes in, because you don't want to let the other person know, hey, this is what I'm doing, because they can either leave you because you're not playing fair, you're cheating, or they could decide that, hey, this is what we're doing and this is what we're doing, because I got people on my list.
Let me know the rules of the game.
I got people on my list I could call today.
I mean, but what if you do say that? I got people I can call today. Oh, so you just holding, your cards?
Yeah.
You just waiting?
That's what, you'll find out. You'll find out. Everyone, he said everyone's, I thought about that too. Mistress is not the fool. They are the player. Yeah, most likely the mistress is probably the affair partner is probably the person that's getting the best deal. That AZ air hit different, don't it? Haha, we in South Carolina. Guiding. We not in AZ no more, bro. And if the mistress knew,
if you're talking about me.
Oh, okay. And if the mistress knew she is the fool also. It depends.
For the most part, the mistress does know. Now, remember back in the day when the mistress wouldn't say nothing?
Talking about the two family? Oh, you talking about
like back
when the mistress hold it down?
And they'd hold it down.
Yeah.
When they just play their part. They just be silent. They don't say nothing. They have a whole family cross town. Now, everybody want to know everything. I am the mistress. Yes. I be sleeping with your man. Yes. Like, what happened to keep it quiet? No, none of that. Just everything's out.
It's just more savagery now because it's okay. Back then, being a mistress, that was frowned upon. Like the whole town would look at you crazy.
Yes,
like,
it wasn't
home wrecker and all of this stuff. Like, yeah,
had to wear that.
But now, being a side piece or having a side piece, that shit's normalized now. Like it's normalized. It's part of
being
culture.
A baby mama is something that people strive for. Not being in a relationship. Not they just like, I have to find my baby daddy. Why is it your baby daddy? Like
marriage is watered down. Most people nowadays get married because they want to get married, but they do it under the sense of, well, if this don't work out, we'll just get divorced. I mean,
right?
Not like we can't just get divorced, right?
Right.
So, which shouldn't be, when you get married, that shouldn't even be on the table. But this is a good one here because now they think the other person's doing something because they fucked up. That's a good one too. People will get paranoid because of the shit that they doing. Definitely. For sure.
And sometimes that's how you can tell that the other person is cheating too, because now all of a sudden they just like, what you doing? Who you talking to? Who you texting? It's just like, what are you talking about? Now they super paranoid because they out there living foul and they think that everybody living foul because you living foul. No, it's just you.
Right.
Do you want to read the other one? Or do you want me to read it?
What, the letter?
No, it's a comment.
Oh, we got another comment. Okay. Let's see it. Shout out to Archie too, bro. Shout out to you. I know older gentleman who had a wife and a side piece. He was with her till he died. What, both?
The mistress?
It was with both.
Is it a mistress at that point? If you with somebody and you've been tagging them
that's
for 20
the mistress.
years.
That's a mistress. The mistress is the one that you've been having for a long time. That's the mistress.
I mean, should it be called something else? I mean, ain't y'all That was very
No,
broken.
I think
But-
the mistress is the correct term for that extended person that you have, second wife type stuff, second family. That's the
crazy.
mistress.
So what is it? Oh, what's the wham bam thank you officer? Who's that?
That's just a little
Cuddy buddy.
cuddy
Side
buddy
piece?
side piece. Side pieces usually. That's the next step before like you were literally having like another spouse.
So
Another-
a mistress would be the other spouse.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm.
For sure.
Terrible funeral. And you go to the funeral, you think that you're there to grieve over your spouse, and then somebody over there crying harder than you.
So we have a segue from that when you was asking about who's the fool, and you saying that some people believe that the person that stays or that gives the cheating spouse cheating partner another chance, they're the fool. I would like to know how everybody feels about that. Like, would you stay in a relationship if somebody cheated on you? Do you believe it is dumb for people to stay in a relationship after being cheated on?
That
What
does
do you-
bring us to the next question, because it is can a marriage or relationship survive infidelity and healing after the affair?
That is a great question. Of course, I believe yes, that it can. There are a bunch of factors. There are a bunch of factors that go into whether or not a relationship or a marriage can survive that. If I can say, we speak from experience in that field.
Mm-hmm.
And for anybody out there that might look up to us couple wise, you know what I'm saying? We not perfect. We have experienced that on both ends in our relationship, and we've had some dark years.
So when we talk from experience.
Absolutely. We've had some dark years, but I guess we didn't view our marriage as something that we should easily throw away.
And I would never say, oh, it's because, we were young or this and the third. I think that that's just an excuse. You can be with your high school sweetheart since you were 15, 16, 17 years old and still, not cross any lines or do anything. I just think it comes from a root of being selfish. It's a root of YOLO. It's a root of whatever you want to say at that time. We have no excuses. However, I believe for us, you have to want to be better. Like you can't stay in that state of I'm just gonna be an ancient person. When I say that I was an ancient person, I was an ancient person.
I was right.
But you have to, if you do the work, you can be able to sit and have these conversations and have these discussions and talk about what exactly is going on. Now we're transparent. Now
The trust is the hardest thing to get back. The trust is the hardest thing to get back.
Man, being in that hot seat ain't no joke.
It's not.
I've never had to be in the hot seat. Like I said, I was never a relationship person. So when you actually see the damage that you do to another person, because again, if you are never in a relationship, then you're not my man. Like I don't have to answer to you. I don't have to sit. But when you sit in the bed that you made and you have to look at the person that you were disrespectful to, that you hurt, you got to go to God and the covenant is broken and the Lord snitched on you. Like it's so much stuff. It's so much stuff.
It almost would be easier in that moment if the person wouldn't forgive you and just let you
let you go.
More, yeah.
But because they want to be with you and you have to work through it, you have to work through the trust and the insecurities and
it's like you stepped in your own shit and you just can't get it off your shoe.
Smeared it through the house, and now you have to go through and clean up everything you did. When you sit in that hot water, it's different. It do something different to you. The 2-a-day counseling sessions, the arguing back and forth, the phone calls, the text messages, the insecurities, everything. When you sit in it and you actually, that whole wall of trust that you broke down, that you bulldozed down for whatever the reason is, and everybody has a reason for doing dumb stuff. Everybody has their reason, but you sit and be like, damn, is this really worth it? And you pick up. You don't just, we just gonna fix it. No, you pick up that trust wall and you repair it brick by brick by brick. Like when you do it one brick at a time, it hit different. And you just be like, you know what?
Yeah.
We're not doing that no more. Like you either you learn your lesson or something's got to give.
And it's like you have a straw house or the little wood house or whatever it is, and then you build that brick house off of like real experience and real and trauma. Like trauma goes into it as well, and you just heal
Mhm.
and you heal and begin to build that and recognize that time is your friend. Time is your friend in a situation like building trust. Time is your friend because
And-
it's gonna take time.
Understand that you did wrong. You did wrong. So to be like, oh, why are we still talking about this? Because sometimes the other person has to talk it out, has to talk it through, has to ask you 1,000,001 questions in one day. And then the next day they're going to ask you 2,000,002. They're going to ask you a bunch of questions because they're trying to understand the motive behind it when really is like, I'm a selfish piece of shit. That is the motive that was behind it.
Yeah.
Like that was what it was, regardless of if it was premeditated, regardless of if it was just an opportunity, regardless of the fact. Is just like at the end of the day, your partner can't understand why you did it because they can't understand like how could you be this person.
Right.
But I mean, it's a lot of work. So can a marriage stand? Yes.
Yeah. It can.
If a marriage
And
or
what-
relationship, but you have to be willing.
Yeah, what Tasia said was 100% right. If both parties are willing to work on it, and that's what it takes. It takes both people willing to put in the work and both people willing to accept their part in it. Now, in situations where both people are guilty, then that's a lot easier. But even in a situation, even in that situation, you also have to be able to look at your relationship as a whole and see that even though that person did wrong, where were you guys relationship wise, and where were you? A lot of time, so one time when we found ourselves in that situation, we looked and we realized we had symptoms of a failing marriage. We had symptoms of a marriage that was bound to fail. And anybody that's been married for a long time know that you can get into a coasting.
And that's exactly what we
spell.
called it. It's coasting. When you get into that routine, just routine day after day after day, and you're not doing when the old heads used to say you got to do what you did
to get her.
to get her,
Yeah.
you have to continue to do that to keep her. And that's vice versa. That's not just from a guy to a girl. No, that's women too. When you get to that coasting stage, when everything is about the kids or everything is about work, and y'all just you get up and you go to work and you do your whole routine, and then you go to bed and you do it again and you do it
You
again.
don't realize that you're damaging the marriage at that point, or the relationship. Not everybody gets married, but some people have been together longer than us without being married.
Mhm.
But you don't even realize when you're coasting, it seems like everything's fine. And that's what coasting is.
Yeah.
Coasting is literally everything's fine. We're not going too fast. We're not going too slow. There's no turbulence. There's no rocky road, nothing like that. Everything is coasting, but you don't realize that coasting eventually, you're not putting gas on anything, but it eventually slows down.
And that's when other things start to look appealing, like other things that may not have been appealing if you were really doing the work on your own relationship. That other things start to glitter when they weren't glittering at first. Something looks like gold when it wasn't looking like gold before. It's like, oh, that looks interesting. That looks exciting, because you're missing that excitement in your life or whatever the case may be.
Complacency.
Exactly.
Complacency. Yeah.
Yep. And so when you get to that point, when someone, if one or both parties cheat, you do have to really look at it. If you're cheated on, and that's something that when like I said, we did our 2-a-days, we did our counselings, our 2-a-day counselings and all of that separation and splitting up, we did all of that. So when you do sit down and really look at the shattered pieces that was your relationship, and you're starting to build this back together, like I said, brick by brick. But when you start to look at it at first, it's like, what part did I play? Even if I was the one that was cheated on.
Absolutely.
What
And
part
that's
did
the
I
tough
play?
part. That's the tough part, that some people who've been cheated on will not even consider
Hey, Juanisha,
approaching.
girl.
Hey, Juanisha, will not even consider approaching. If you cheated on me, why do I even need to approach what I did wrong or what I could do better in our relationship?
And that
I
was-
didn't do nothing wrong. I didn't step
Exactly.
out. But you should. That should be part of the healing process. You should, if you're going to heal, if you're going to forgive, this actually, because I wanted to go back to what Ray said, but this actually goes to what he was saying as well. He said that he believes that there could be possible shade at times. If you're going to heal, if y'all are really going to move past it, you have to get to the root of what's going on and why it happened. And you have to be willing to face that, hey, you might have played a part in this, not your fault because it was their choice, but you might have played a part. For example, if a man steps out because he doesn't feel like he's, in a lot of this stuff doesn't happen consciously. It's not, I feel like I'm not getting respected at home. Let me go find the next girl that'll respect me. No, it's, I'm not getting the respect that I really want at home. And subconsciously, I'm not thinking about that. But this other person shows me a lot of respect. They show me a lot of respect. They stroke my ego a lot, whereas in the other person doesn't. And they're
a lot of
off-putting.
respect, a lot of attention. They get you lunch or listen to your whatever you're lacking. This other person comes in, and like I said, they start to look like glitter now.
Mhm.
They start to sparkle, and they start
The
to
next
look
thing you know, you stepping out.
exciting
Now again, we're not justifying it
at all.
We're not saying you did something right by stepping out, but we're saying the other person, the person that got cheated on, has space to improve on something to better their relationship.
Nobody's 100% right, ever. Nobody is ever 100% right. And you have to watch the company that you keep as well, because, they're like, oh, I can't believe this person cheated on you. You were 100% right. Nobody is ever 100% right. So it's just like, what?
I mean, there's some people that's just super shitty and that'll cheat on somebody that's like a great person and doing everything. There's some really shitty people out there. Like, so like all of this stuff is super conditional. What's up, Bryce Breeze? All of this stuff is super conditional. Like, there are some people out there, man and female, or male and female, that will cheat on somebody who's doing everything in their power to appease that person and stuff like that. Just like there's abusive spouses and stuff like that.
Yes.
When we talk about stuff like taking divorce off the table and not having that be an option in your marriage, and that's when your marriage can really thrive, when you don't have a foot out the door. Obviously, there are circumstances that don't count for with that abuse.
Right.
If
you are getting abused, get out.
Yeah.
Get out, definitely.
Yeah.
But for the most part, there are pretty, like you said, pretty bad people who are just going to be a habitual cheater. And that's just what they're going to do. And that's just what they've always done. But for the most part, there's always a time where you can look at yourself in any situation. You look at yourself and you see what parts did we both play, in this situation. And then you move accordingly. If that's what you want to do, if you want to work out the situation, you have to deal with the trust issues. You're going to have to start putting this together. And like Ray said, there's going to, about the shade, there may be shade, but if you're trying to move forward, then it has to be less shade. Like every day, there's going to need to be less shade.
It's work from both people. It's work from both people because the person that got cheated on has to be real with themselves, and they have to be real or not, whether they can actually forgive the person, whether they can actually move on. You know what I'm saying, from this situation, and they have to realize they have to hold that person accountable. But then as the cheater, you have to realize that if you're going to stay and if you're going to build, you got to throw away that person that you were. And also you have to support the person you cheated, the person you did wrong, while they heal. And that can be a lot of things. That could be some shade. That could be some random questions after 5 months. And we thought we ain't talked about it in like 2 months. And now all of a sudden it's back up. It's you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to support them through that, because their healing process could take a long time. And you can't put a time limit on someone healing, on someone building back the trust that you need to build. I mean,
and some things are triggering. It could be a sound, it could be a smell, or whatever the case, and now bring you back to a situation. And it won't start your clock back over, but you will have to end up having that difficult conversation. And again, you have to be able to have difficult conversations. Things like, why did you do it? What were you doing? What lie did you tell when you was out there? You're going to need to be able to sit in your hot seat, or you have to be able to ask the questions that you always wanted to know. There can't be any, hidden Like, oh, I'm just not going to ask this, or I'm
Or
just going
don't
to
ask
sweep
any
this.
questions.
Yeah,
We're just
rug.
not going to talk about it. That's not going to work. That's not going
Right.
to work for the most part. I'm sure that might have worked for some people before, but that's not going to work, because if I have unanswered questions, or if the person has unanswered questions, then they're just going to be wondering for the rest of their lives. And I don't know if it should wonder. The question should be answered. Got to be real. All right, let's sit down. Now, I'm going to warn you, know what you're asking me. Don't ask me no shit that you're not going to recover from. Like, I'll tell you, but don't ask me no shit that you know for real. Like, be real with yourself.
Right.
Be real with yourself. That goes for the guys out there. So, was he bigger?
Don't ask no questions that you like, that you don't want
You
to
know what
know.
I'm saying? Like, you know, ladies, fellas, you know, you just got to be real with yourself. If they're going to be real with you, like I said, you got to be real with yourself. Don't ask no shit that you can't come back from. For real.
Before I get into the 5 types of infidelity, do you believe that if a man gets cheated on, it's worse than when a woman gets cheated on?
Worse like what? What do you mean?
Do you who would you say acts worse?
Okay. Like does the man who's more hurt in the situation?
I guess, yeah.
I would say that men have a harder time handling when women cheat than vice versa. I believe for men it's a pride thing. Men are territorial for the most. I don't know, that's and this is not to say that women aren't prideful and territorial, but I'm just speaking from a man's perspective. Men are prideful, we're territorial. We don't want to feel like what we have and what we hold sacred is being shared with somebody else.
Which is something that I could never understand, because it's just like men give it out all the time. It's just like they cheat all the time on women, and sometimes it's okayed in like the community. You know, it's okay for the guy to be out there just slanging it all the time, but then when a woman, like you said, they're giving away something that's so sacred, it's just like,
well, unfortunately, women, and y'all will probably kill me for this, but unfortunately, it is a little different. Men actually enter your body, actually enter you. Like that is a bit different than the man side of things. Like someone's been in my house.
You went in somebody's house.
Right. But somebody's been in my house, like in my have touched my personal things, my personal possessions. So,
but
I'm just
also
telling you,
went into someone's house and touched their personal possessions.
Right.
Please make it make sense.
You don't feel like that's different? If somebody broke into our house, you don't feel like that's different than if I broke into somebody's house? Like personally, your feelings. Like,
I guess
like that was wrong that you did that.
Well,
but it's not gonna hurt you as much as.
I bet if you broke in that house and they shot your ass, that it hurt you.
But nonetheless, I'm just speaking from a man's perspective, and that's. I don't know if ladies, if y'all feel the same, if y'all feel that same way about sex, because, you know, it is, you know, like, I don't know. I feel like with ladies is deeper. It's a deeper meaning to sex than for y'all than to men most of the time.
But that's the thing, because women get put in a box like, oh, well, when a woman cheats, you know, it has to be something going on. It has to be more than just sex. Sometimes it's just wham, bam, thank you, officer. Sometimes a woman just wanted the D. It's no emotional. It's no, oh, I think I love them. No, sometimes they just wanted to go out there and be selfish. You can't just say that, you know, but I think women handle it better because it's the norm. When you think about someone cheating, you be like, oh, he cheated on you. You know, it's never really, oh, did she step out? Because when she steps out, you know, the guy always seems to look sad when he asking his what.
So
did
think
she
about
cheat on you? But when anybody, you know, but when women sit down and talk, most women be like, who here has been cheated on? A lot of women will be able to raise their hand because it's just society. It's like a norm that your guy is going to cheat on you.
Think about it like this, and shout out to Chris Robinson, shout out to or DJ Kane, shout out to the Robinson gang. He said men have a different relationship with sex than women, and that's for the most part type of thing. And as men, we know how much women value sex. To give it to someone else says a lot to a man. Now, look at it from this perspective. As a woman, right? We talked about this just earlier when we was in the kitchen talking about if you was a guy, if I was a girl type thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you were saying you can't just give the box to everybody,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you have to be selective.
Mm-hmm.
You personally, right? You're not going to just give it to anybody. If you give it to somebody, it's because you like them, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you right now that as a man, I do not have to like a woman to have sex with her.
Gross.
I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yeah, I seen your roster.
See,
True.
that's crazy. That's crazy. No, I'm serious though. So like he's saying, and like what I'm trying to say as well is like you're going to be selective of who you have sex with. You're going to be selective of that. So if you are selective and you selected this person, then that to me as a man says a lot. Says that person at least is on the same playing field as me because you liked him enough to have sex with him. Whereas
I'm picking up what
ladies maybe consciously or subconsciously might notice or might not that men can cheat up, cheat down. It really doesn't matter. For the most part, niggas is just dirty dick pirates.
What?
For the most part.
I'm sorry. I saw his comment and then all I hear is dirty dick pirate. I'm just like, what is happening? Okay.
I put Ray's I agree with verse up at the wrong time. I don't think he agreed with exactly what I just said. Men can have sex with women and give zero about her. Women emotionally cheat. I think that sometimes I think that there's a lot of hoes out here who have desensitized the soul tie part of sex
that
with the
soul
women
tie issue
for women.
real.
Yeah, but there are women out here who have desensitized that and definitely could have sex without it meaning anything. I just think what we're talking about mainly is the women who are selective, because believe me, there are niggas out here who have emotions tied to sex as well.
Well, I will agree that most of the time that women do cheat, it is something emotional, but you're right. I don't believe most women, I can't speak for all, I don't believe most women can have sex with someone that they don't find attractive in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it's just, if they're going to lay down with someone, even if it's physically.
They could be ugly, but they got a lot of money. He got a lot of money. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Some people, if they have
saying.
a lot of money, they're funny, they are attractive in some way, to them, whether it's physically, emotionally, whatever. Something
or maybe
they
might even just be attracted to the attention that person gives them.
Right. There has to be something that they are attracted to. They wouldn't be able to just, you got a big butt and that's it. Hit them from the back so you don't have to see their face. Like most women are not that. Most women are like, okay, I find you attractive even if it's just physically, even if it's whatever the case may be. What's wrong?
Nothing. I was just trying to
dirty dick pirates. Okay, somebody
put a marker right there for a clip later on. You feel me?
Okay,
a little clip later on. You feel me?
Guys are gross.
Yeah, it is.
Guys
we
are
are.
gross.
We are. It's crazy.
So that's why when you give a guy a compliment, even if it's just on their shoes, oh yeah, you nice pair of shoes, it's just now you all of a sudden want
she want me.
Yeah.
No, I told you. I schooled,
so weird to me.
I schooled her on that, and that's one of the things that I'm glad, ladies, y'all have to figure this out. And men, in a sense, we do as well. But I'm glad that I've broken you out of it. Women do have a tendency to that when us men tell you how other men are thinking, that you just be like, no, I'm telling you, because this is how men think. I had to explain to her and had to explain a few times that when you compliment other men, no matter how minute it is, he thinks that you are into him now.
Because I never understood why after, all of a sudden you get solicited penis solicitations. And it's just like, but why? Because it's just like, all I said was, I am a very complimentary person. Like if you have on, even with men and women, if you have on something nice, I'm going to tell you, not because I want to sleep with you, but because you came out of the house, you got your hair did looking cute, you got your nails done, or you wore these shoes or whatever the case may be, you did it to look nice. So if I see something that's just like, oh, okay, that looks nice, I I have no problem with complimenting people. That's just my thing. And so I would go to work or to the store or wherever, and I just be like, oh, you have nice shoes on. Or if I see a woman, I'd be like, oh, hair looking cute. Okay, hair. Okay. Oh, nails is cute. Okay, sis. Whatever. And I would go to places and like, oh, I'd see, you know, a guy, and I'm like, oh, you have, and you know, I'm not a shoe person, but if I see shoes that I don't normally see, I'm like, oh, nice shoes, or you know, you have nice shoes on, or oh, you know, you smell good, you smell nice, or whatever the case.
And she wants to do.
And I would come home and I would tell Verse, and I'm just like, all of a sudden, it's just like, so let me get your number for what? Like, I would never understand. I just be like, why did a simple compliment turn into, so what you doing later on? No, nothing. Being with my husband.
Well, for most men, it's like a door opening. I feel like you've opened the door for me to speak to you now, for me to try to get with you.
What happened to thank you?
That's just where most men. That's just where most men's minds go. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not, and I want to make this 100% abundantly clear that I'm not saying that women are not allowed to have normal interactions with the men, and they're doing something wrong in a situation.
Okay.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
No, I read the comment.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I want to make that clear that I'm not saying that at all. You can compliment a guy and it not mean, you know, I'm just telling you how fucked up men's minds are. That's what I'm saying.
It's definitely brought down my compliment game, like for reals. Like once we had this conversation, it's just like, no, this is the way the guys think. I just like, okay, I'm not trying to, you know, do all that.
Yeah. No, the window's open, the door's open. Don't be out here complimenting men if you ain't getting up the cheeks.
If I see a lady with a nice wig on, I'm gonna say nice wig.
Hey, nice wig, sis. Yeah, but
apparently you can't go out here complimenting people if you not trying to give it up, because it's just like, I'm confused. Okay, so there are 5. So I found. I don't know. There could be more. There is 5 types of infidelity. So the first one is opportunistic infidelity. Occurs when one is in love and attached to their partner, but succumbs to their sexual desires for someone else. Typically, this type of cheating is driven by a situational circumstance or opportunity risk-taking behavior. Not every act of infidelity is premeditated and driven by dissatisfaction with the current relationship. Maybe they were drinking or in some other way thrown into an opportunity they didn't anticipate. While this is certainly not an excuse for the behavior, it can help to understand why it happens. An opportunistic cheater.
Okay. That just basically means some pussy fell in your lap.
Or D.
Fell in your lap. That's basically what that is.
And you just took the opportunity to smash.
It fell in your lap.
All right. So the next one is obligatory. And this type of infidelity is based on the fear that resisting someone's sexual advances will result in rejection. People may have feelings of sexual desire, love, and attachment for a partner, but still end up cheating because they have a strong need for approval, or to feel if I don't do this, I will never get the chance, or I need to sleep with my boss, or I could lose my job. Your daughter is annoying.
Hey,
you know one thing I don't like that kids do is they spam you. It like and via text message, mom. Why I have 11 messages and they all say mom? If you don't stop texting me. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I wanted to go and interact more with what they were saying. Kane said, "I'm married. I don't compliment women. I don't because I don't want to look thirsty. Compliments are over." I agree with him 100%. I do not compliment women because I don't want to look thirsty. And y'all will like y'all. You know what? Now that I think about it, y'all might have the same mind state as well. Y'all just might be off-putting with it. Like a guy be like, "Oh, you look nice today, sis." Thirsty much? Thought you ate? Whatever y'all be saying. But yeah, no, I agree. I agree with Kane. I do not want to look thirsty, so I'm definitely not complimenting nobody. I'm definitely super careful with what I say and certain messages and DMs, especially when I do business with female clients and stuff like that. Like I'm super intentional of how I speak because I don't want to look thirsty. So that's a good ass point. I got the screen recording verse. What you recording? Damn, I love if my kids text me.
I didn't text him first. She just mom, like 11 times, bro. What the heck do you want?
It depends on how it's being presented. Yep. Yeah.
Ready for the next one?
Yeah.
All right. So we have romantic. This type of infidelity occurs when the cheater has little emotional attachment to their partner. They may be committed to their marriage and making it work, but they long for an intimate, loving connection with someone else. More than likely, their commitment to the marriage will prevent them from ever leaving their spouse. Romantic infidelity means pain for the other man or woman and the cheating partner. Rarely does it turn into a long-term committed relationship.
But that's the BS right there. That's the BS I'm talking about. Like you might as well just go. Like you're just doing too much. What's the next one?
What? You want some chicken tenders? Yeah, go ahead.
But make me some in there.
Make your dad some.
And some fries, cuz. All right. What's the next one?
Oh, can you take my ice cream out? Oh, no. Don't take it out yet.
Yeah. I'll say, what would you take that out for now?
Huh?
All right. So the kids come in and interrupt the show. So she's in here asking for stuff.
Come on.
But yeah, let me see what y'all niggas talking about. Let me see how niggas talking about in the chat. Are y'all just laughing? D falling in your lap. She said that. Said the D can fall in your lap, not my lap. Not my lap. Not my lap. I don't know. Go ahead. What's the next one?
All right.
Lyric, you need to stop interrupting us.
What do you want?
All right. So I thought you was back.
Huh?
I don't care, Negro. I don't care. But I forgot what I was saying. Now.
I'm sorry, people. You turn off my mic and everything.
Yeah, because you was talking.
Okay. Next, conflicted romantic. So the last one was romantic, and this one is conflicted romantic. This type of infidelity occurs when people experience genuine love and sexual desires for more than one person at a time. Despite our idealistic notions of having only one true love, it is possible to experience intense romantic love for multiple people at the same time. While such situations are emotionally possible, they are very complicated and tend to create a lot of anxiety and stress. In this case, cheating partners, in their attempt not to cause anyone harm, often end up hurting everyone.
Absolutely.
So
do you believe somebody can be in love with more than one person at a time?
I do. I do believe that you can, but I mean, this is maybe not the conversation to be biblical, but you're going to love one and not the other. At some point in time, one is going to get more attention than the other.
Poly. He said poly. Yeah.
Oh, what? Oh, I'm sorry.
Poly.
You were in the thing. Okay.
No.
Yes,
Yeah,
that was the term that I couldn't think of. But yes. So I do believe that you can, but I mean, most of the time, one person is going to get more attention than another. But I mean, I do believe that you can be in love with more than one person. But then again, it's just like, why? Like if you're true love, don't let them in.
Poly is inclusive. So poly is technically a three-way relationship, not necessarily you just being in love with two people and them not being in love with each other or not being included. So that one is which one do you fall under? Everyone here who has ever cheated. She just gave. Is that all of them, or is there more?
No, I think there is one. Well, 1, 2, 3.
I think that might have been low key when I was younger, the one that I fell under.
There's one more.
Okay, go to the last one.
I think it's commemorative. This type of infidelity occurs when a person is in a committed relationship but has no feelings for their partner. This is no sexual desires or love or attachment, only a sense of obligation keeping the couple together. These people justify their cheating by telling themselves that they have the right to look for what they are not getting in their present relationship. Unfulfillment, sexual desires can easily come into play here.
Okay. No, we won't say that there's different types of poly, different types of infidelity. That's what we're talking about. What do you do if you fall in love with two people? Damn. Pick one.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pick one.
For a selfish person, you're probably going to want to do it both. But I mean, when it all comes to a head, you may have to make a decision. But you were saying for everyone who has ever cheated, which one would you fall into? I'm not now in my age and my maturity, but even then, I would say I'm not one to just try to go out there and meet somebody and mingle and stuff like that. I would probably fall into opportunistic. If the opportunity would have presented itself back in the day, that probably would have been the category that I would have fell into.
Opportunistic. Okay.
Yeah.
Shoot, I mean, I think to an extent, everybody who cheats probably opportunistic. Opportunistic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think everybody who cheats is somewhat opportunistic because the opportunity definitely has to present itself for it to happen.
But you know, there are some premeditated cheaters out there too. Like you just,
Oh yeah, for sure. But the opportunity came for you to plan something.
Right.
Maybe.
So which category? Well, that would be the category. Like it's not just something that you out there just doing like, oh, well, let me wear this or smell like this or do this so that I can attract someone. Like if the opportunity would have presented itself, because I mean, I feel as though if you think too hard about it, it ain't gonna happen, type of thing. Like if it's something that you're just doing or whatever. But that was back in the day when I was able to cheat. I don't even think that
cheating is a lot of work. Anybody ever get caught while I'm about to say this? I just want to ask anybody.
Wait, you have to say what category you fell into.
I told you, I probably opportunistic and probably the one where being romantic with multiple people, because I was like a serial relationship guy when I was cheating. I have like 2 girlfriends, 3 girlfriends.
Why do you need to
They
have
all would think that I was their
girlfriends?
They all that would think that I was their boyfriend.
Scumbag. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, scumbag.
No, I'm joking.
Brick pack. That's brick. I was brick. Hey, Trey, I was brick pack Mexican. Scumbag. Brick pack Mexican. It's garbage.
I was a piece of shit too. I mean, I wasn't a serial relationship person. I did not. It's really, people from back in the day are just so surprised that I ended up getting married because I just wasn't a marriage person. It's like, commitment, yeah, commitment, boyfriend, girlfriend, romance,
Not the Pusha T, yeah.
Just disgusting. Like, you're in a relationship, love you, I want to be with the same person forever. Like, no, nobody wants to do that. Look at the same crusted face all the time. But things change.
Brick pack Mexican. That was Training Day. Training Day when
you really like that movie. I just don't.
That
like
movie is
it.
amazing. Movie's amazing. Top five. When he took Hoyt to go steal the little kid's weed bag, and he was look at that. He was like, this is classic brick pack Mexican. It's basically trash ass weed. So Reggie, I guess. But nonetheless, anybody out there ever got caught cheating? Anybody got any stories of being caught cheating and how maybe they got out of it, or maybe, I mean, if you got caught in the act, that'd be crazy. Or if you caught somebody, anybody got any funny or crazy cheating stories? We'd be willing, if that are willing to share.
Well, probably not today,
but cheating,
because shouldn't we be wrapping up?
We should be, but cheating is hard. Cheating is hard work. It takes some work to cheat, man.
It is. I mean, I think it's harder when you do have a spouse and kids and you share your whole lives together. It is harder to cheat when you have all of this stuff connected. But I mean, if you just have a girlfriend and y'all don't live together, it's not that hard to cheat.
Yeah. If y'all not together,
or a boyfriend, I can't say just men, but yeah.
Well, you're right. If y'all don't live together, that could be definitely a lot easier for you. You don't have to worry about being at certain places at certain times. You could definitely get off. Oh, I was asleep. Oh, wow, that's the crazy one. Hello.
Are we letting people call in and telling their cheating stories? We
I
supposed to
don't
be
know.
wrapping up.
We are supposed to be wrapping up. I
And
don't know.
look at Trey, ready. I need to fix the back of this. So, did you want to? If we call Trey, don't be long winded, cause you know how you want.
yeah, you gotta make it short. We up against the wall for sure. Pause.
Balls
If
to the
I
wall,
must.
no
If I
pause.
must. If I must, I am going to call the Trilogy Man.
Trilogy.
The Trilogy Man.
I
Let me
was hot.
see.
Now I'm cold. Don't turn off the air.
You're hot, then you're cold. You're
I'm
yes, then
hot,
you're no.
And you're not. I don't want to give up. I'm about trying to stop that. What movie is that? Is that Teen Wolf?
What is it, babe?
1980 something.
Oh,
In the 1900s.
oh, interesting.
Whatever. You seen the movie with me.
I've never seen it.
Yes, you did.
Never seen it. Am my Bluetooth not connected no more? What's
Mm.
going on here? Trillies. Trillium.
Ugh.
All right, I'm gonna have to call you right back because I don't know what's going on here.
Come on, producer.
I don't know what's going on here. Let's see. All righty then.
And I got a song in my head.
Got a song in your head, guy.
Well, do you want me to ask another question since you're trying to do that?
Wait, Trey. All right, I think this might have worked now.
I think so.
There we go. Yo.
Yo,
What up, dog?
hear me?
I
What
got it.
up? What up?
All right,
Hey, I
scumbag
love
cheating
y'all.
stories.
First, yeah, I'm a scumbag, yo.
No.
As
No, I'm
they
sorry.
say-
I didn't
as they
mean to
say in
interrupt
New
you.
York, nah. That
We
was-
love you too.
I've done some scumbag shit in my life.
Yeah,
I
this
made
is,
it to 48.
hey
I
caller.
am
Hey
happily
caller,
and
you're
blissfully married.
you're live on the For Better or Worse podcast. Go ahead and give us
Alright.
your scumbag story.
All right, I'm
Scum
a
story.
scumbag. I'm a scumbag. So back in the day, and I say I would classify as that one where you can fall in love with multiple people, but there's levels to that shit, and obviously you choose, right?
Mhm.
So I was in a situation where I was with somebody else, like with them for probably a good like about 4 or 5 years.
Mhm.
And then the person before her, that was like my first love.
Mhm.
That was my first love. Was like I can't say like my first love. Was my first love.
Mhm.
Was reintroduced to me. Like we
She
reconnected.
came back in the picture.
So right, it was like. So yeah, I loved the old girl, but so yeah, I got caught. And
In the act?
it fucked. Not in the act. Not in the act. It was one of those things where it was back in the day with so how she bagged me. Y'all want to know how she bagged me?
How you
I
get-
want to know how
you got caught pre cell phones.
Yeah,
That's
this was
wild.
before like cell phones. We talking about like, yeah, you have to been on some CIA shit
Yeah.
to catch up, right? And I was overseas.
Oh man.
So old girl, and because she was in the military and she worked in admin and shit. But anyway, she jammed up my emails. She logged into my emails and shit because she knew all my passwords. She hacked my Skype account that I was talking to. I was talking to Andrea on and shit. Like she had all my shit. Like they caught me.
Red-handed.
Yeah, and she was able to see all the fucking the DMs.
Did she
all
tell?
that shit.
Did she tell, or she just confronted you with the information?
Who tell who?
Your partner. Did she tell your partner, or she was just like, I know that you're cheating?
Oh, they went at it for a minute.
So they were arguing with each other and not you?
I mean, I was in the middle, so I got argued with everybody. So that's how you remember the last one where everybody get hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what happened. Everybody got hurt. But the
Not the
rebound,
emails,
boom, man.
man.
Emails,
Man, all up
Skypes.
in my emails, my Yahoo. You know what I'm saying? My MySpace shit. Had my MySpace wide open.
MySpace
Had
is
my
crazy.
emails wide open. Had all my shit wide open.
Damn, brother.
So I got caught red-handed, 2 hands.
So what ended up facilitating after that? Like what ended up
I mean, the facilitation was a wrap. I mean, I made the decision. I was basically gonna, be. I mean, some scumbag shit like, yo, peace out. Like, you remember that movie in Harlem Nights?
Yeah.
Yep.
When he called, he was like, hey, baby, yeah, put your mother on the phone.
I ain't
Hey,
coming home
Martha,
no more.
I ain't never coming home no more.
It's over.
That was
So-
it. He wanted
That was that. I
sunshine.
was on that shit. Like, I'm a scumbag, bro. So that's my story. I love y'all. I am glad that y'all love me. I hope you still love me after that
Of
story.
course,
love you
of
still.
course. No judgment.
Right.
Judgment
But
free
I've
zone.
grown, and man, we doing our thing, man. I love y'all. Y'all doing y'all
No
thing.
balls.
Keep up the good work.
Thank
All right,
you.
bro. Love you too. Holla at you later. All right.
Bam, 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 bam.
Okay. Hello,
What song
Glorilla.
is that? I was like, what is that?
That's Glorilla. That's that slapper. That's that slapper.
Okay. I
I
don't.
love that song.
I
You
don't.
don't like the song?
I don't know what the song is.
It's the Yeah Glow song I played for you the other day.
Oh,
You said it's all right.
yeah. I heard it that one time.
It's a slapper. Anyway, shout out to Trey. We appreciate you for calling
Appreciate
in
you.
and sharing your scum story of the week.
Scumbag story.
Scumbag.
Scumbags.
That's brick pack Mexican. That's garbage. That's garbage. All right. Well, today was a day.
Well, again, I would like to just congratulate you. And that is my leave with love. And I know you're gonna explain it, but I want to go ahead since I'm already talking about it. But I want to congratulate you because that is a pretty big deal for you to always listen to the people on the podcast for the Joe Budden podcast, and for you to be featured on that show is just amazing. So, I just want to continue to congratulate you, continue to give you your flowers, and continue to just be there to watch you shine in all of this. And you had a lot of positive conversations, and a lot of people that you don't know just hitting you up. Hey, I heard you on the show, and you're just been getting so much love for a craft that I've seen you over the last 14, 15, 16, 17 years, just perfecting and always getting better. So it's just wonderful to see you having your flowers. And getting recognized like I always knew that you could, being on a level that you deserve. And also, I am glad that we are in a space where we're able to have these conversations, have any kind of conversation, but have a cheater conversation and not walk away feeling salty or feeling any other type of way. When we say that we are transparent, we're transparent. Like, we know where all the bones are buried. We know what was in the closet and all of that other stuff. And we're able to converse about it, and communication is key. So if there was anything that we were lacking, we just like, hey, this is how I feel, or that's how I feel. So I'm just really glad that we're at the maturity and the age and the part in our lives and in our marriage where we can just have conversations and be super transparent with things. So
I appreciate you for that. My leave of love will be that I love the way that you do celebrate me. You're my best friend. So it's always natural that when something amazing happens, when I have good news or bad news, the first person you always want to share it with is usually the person who's your best friend. And you're always the person I want to share it with first. I always come to you to look for that if it's bad news, or if I need that uplifting moment for you to uplift me and put the battery in my back so I can get back out in the world and feel good about myself even when I have a down moment. But specifically, like when we're celebrating things, like you are a big time you're very celebratory when it comes to me and my accomplishments, even to the point where you won't allow me to downplay my accomplishments. You won't allow me to not celebrate or not feel celebrated. And that I love that about you, because that's needed. Like for a best friend, you need that person that can that will celebrate you and not be in competition with you inside of your marriage. Like,
I feel like you have to live in the moment. A lot of people always forget to live in the moment. Like when you are saving up for a house, like in things like that. Oh, well, we've saved $1,000. You say everything that you do should be celebrated because it's the journey that makes the memory.
Oh, yeah.
So because once you get there, once you get to wherever you're going, whether you're buying a house, whether it's your career or whatever, you have to be able to look back and be like, oh, remember when this happened? Remember when that happened? Like, of course, you celebrate you celebrate the W's. Like when you answer trivia questions and you get an answer right, you celebrate that answer. You'll just be like, okay, got it right. Go. Next one. I'm like, no, if I'm playing trivia and I get a question right, I'm gonna hit the butterfly. I'm like, ow, we did it. Okay, now we can go to the next question, even though the way my knees is set up. I was showing, I know I'm going off a tangent. I was showing the kids how to do the butterfly the other day. And I was getting down, like my arms was up and my tongue was out. I was, you gotta do the little body roll, like butterfly. For 2 days, my knees was like, you want to do the butterfly? Like, you gonna do the butterfly again? Like my knees was Anyway, reeling it back in, I just feel like you always have to celebrate the journey. And that's why I don't want you to just pass this just to be like, oh yeah, that happened, and no, we don't have to talk about it on the show. Yes, in every aspect, I feel like you have to talk about it. It's a big deal, and even if it's not a big deal to anybody else, it should definitely be a big deal to you. So when you do Caps and Grounds tomorrow, you gonna show the video, and when we talk about it, and that's exactly why I posted it. I posted your video, and of course I post your EPs and your songs and stuff like that you do, anything you do, but I celebrate you because I'm like, this is my man. Look at what you're doing. You put stuff out that's feel good and that's for you, but this is when you're being recognized. Like that hard work, what I did, the blood, sweat, and tears, the lyrics that I put together, whatever the case may be, look at my work. And for it to be shown at a level that it was shown on, do not just sweep that under the rug. That is a big deal. That is a W, not only for you, but for us, for VA, for anyone who has your back, and for anybody who has not celebrated you. Maybe you weren't as real as you say that you are.
Yeah, just definitely for y'all, definitely for my family, that for everybody.
Because it definitely shows people who don't really have your back, who, oh yeah, we're celebrating if, it's about me. If it's kind of about me, a little bit about me, but when it's just solely about you and other people didn't have anything to do with it, there's some people out there that you just don't hear from. And they don't call, or they don't text, or they don't say congratulations. Yeah. Or there are those people who just post it on their story to be like, oh, hey, look who I know, but not really. They didn't call to have that one-on-one moment.
Yeah, but I mean, those people,
fakersons,
those people get noted and they get put in their proper place, but I don't feel like they deserve too much attention.
But nonetheless, they don't deserve too much attention. I'm just glad that you're seeing that in people, but I also I'm very, very proud of you. And I was always very proud of you before this, and because I always tell you, your raps and your lyrics and your songs always, you get it. You get it. When I hear your new songs, what you say, you want to come talk to me later? Regardless of the fact, but now that you're getting the recognition that you deserve, I'm just proud of you, and I'm very glad. So again, don't just let moments pass you. No, get your butterfly on. Do your dance. Do your two-step. Gangsters don't dance, they boogie. Whatever the case may be, do your two-step. Do your little Harlem Shake if you want to. Whatever. But celebrate yourself, because not saying that you won't ever have any moments. I think that you're going to have a plethora of moments, but it's nothing like your first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure. Well, I appreciate that from you. I appreciate that you're proud of me. It means a lot. Everybody who's expressed to me that they're proud of me, that means a lot. It hits different for people to tell you that they're proud of you. You know what I'm saying? For people to take pride in your accomplishments when it's not theirs. So I really do appreciate that, and I appreciate you.
Love you, baby. All right, that was our show.
Yeah, with that being said, a whole hour longer than we intended, but we have been gone for a month, I guess, at this point. So I guess we owed it. We had a good time, man. Shout out to everybody that was tapped in. Shout out to everybody who had their input. Shout out to Trey for calling in. Yeah, man, we appreciate everybody for tapping in. Shout out to Brandon Beck. I just seen that he commented as well. Yeah, Caps and Crowns tomorrow. Corey's upset that he's not there the week that this happened. So we'll probably be talking about this for 2 weeks.
And good. And make sure you show it the next time too.
But yeah, so shout out to I'm gonna have a few randoms. I don't want to call them randoms, but I did call them randoms. I'm gonna have a few guys co-hosting with me.
Special guest.
Special guest co-host, thank you. With me tomorrow. So we're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna be reviewing music. Yeah, man, we're gonna have a good time. Other than that, again, we just really appreciate everybody for tapping in with us.
Thank you guys
for showing the love that you do to our podcast, because we definitely
appreciate y'all.
All right. Other than that, am I missing anything? Because I definitely forgot stuff before the show as well.
Just make sure you play our outro.
I will. I got that one. I got that down.
We love y'all, and we will see y'all next time.
Salute. Peace.
Like, oh.